Hey friends, it's me, the Ebony Otaku, the well-rounded nerd. Yeah, I know I'm dressed a little weird. I am wearing part of my Taekwondo uniform because when I'm done working today, I will be going to the gym. But on my break time, I had a couple of short videos I wanted to do. Okay, short for me, because she can talk. But I thought I'd just take my lunch hour because I'm having a smoothie as my meal today. So why not use this time for my channel? Yeah, my uniforms are great. So I'll just go ahead and stand up here so I can prove I'm dressed. But yeah, so I usually wear the tube under my uniforms and then scooting back. And these are my Mutaquan pants. It's called, when you've got the stripes on the pants, those are called master's trim. And I'm technically a master now. My instructor told me yesterday, what is today that I'm filming this? It's like the 12th of August when I'm filming, and next month not next month, in 2 weeks at our August promotion test, my certificate would have come in from the Mutaquan Association. So I will be officially a master. So I've been wearing this uniform for 6 years though. but yeah, technically when you see stripes like this on the uniforms, it's supposed to be indicative of rank, supposedly. But a lot of the uniforms we wear are just because we like them. My particular school, this has nothing to do with today's video. My particular school, we wear white uniforms. Those of us who are on the mission team who go out of the country and do Taekwondo, we wear blue, which is why I wear this particular color top. It matches the blue uniforms. And then also because of my tenure and seniority, I'm allowed to wear black pants if I want to. And I've got one really cool uniform. It's called a Hangul uniform. It's got a lot of really cool Korean writing on it. The top is a black wraparound traditional top. I only wear traditional tops. The pull over the head, that's the Olympic style. The traditional style is the wraparound. But the top is black with this beautiful white writing on one side, and then the pants are white with the same writing in black. I'll wear it for you one day. Maybe one of these days I'll do a Taekwondo uniform video. But yeah, just so you know, I am dressed. I 100% am. But this is workout clothing. But that's not what we're here to discuss today. I got something cool that literally just came in the mail. I finished a meeting and then this showed up and I was like, ooh, I gotta talk about it now because I'm gonna use them this week. So I finished my Aeronautica Imperialis planes. Shh, pause, one quick. She went to another room. But I finished all of my Aeronautica. And let me tell you, when you paint little stuff, it can get a little annoying, especially if you don't have brilliant dexterity. But this is the Aeronautica flyer that started it all. It's a Necron ship. And I painted this at Paint Party. They had 3D printed these because you can't find them no more. From Warhammer Aeronautica. So I did 5 more that my husband printed for me. And I have bases that I painted to match those. Well, I finished them all in kind of, metallic medium, which is a special kind of paint from Pro Acryl that gives like a metallic sheen to everything. And I really like that look. But instead of doing that with my second set of ships, my Eldar, I went kind of for a more line detail look. I know, right? The pink one is boss. I have not mounted these with magnets yet, but I am going to use them tonight in our Aeronautica game. But you see the detail. This has something to do with the video this time. You see the detail I got in there and highlighting these lines. I'm not going to tell y'all how much freaking work that was. I mean, I think I did the best on this one. Look at that. Just stupid levels of detail I was going for because I like to torture myself. And then these were more silvery, but I went with a silver metallic blue that I mixed up. There are 4 different paint colors to make that color. And then half of them are this kind of golden color, the smaller ones. And these have a cool feature. The wings move. That's literally why I wanted the Eldar. Somebody brought their Eldar one night to Aeronautica and they made the wings move, and I went, and then my husband went and found them. But yeah, check it out. The wings go from here to here. Y'all, it's the little things. It's the little things that make life worth living. Right? Yes. So here. I know. It's great. But yeah, so painting those details, I have some good brushes. I treat my brushes very, very well because good brushes are not cheap. Let's be very clear. Good brushes ain't cheap. Um, but you don't always have to use an expensive brush. You just got to take care of your brushes. So I've got some cheap brushes that I get from the Hobby Lobby, that work wonderful. Excuse me, smoothie. But I don't always use those because even though I'm able to take care of them, I use like brush saver soap on them. If something happens and the tip gets messed up, it's kind of useless at that point, especially if it's a fine detail brush. So I was looking for my husband because he's always like doing nice stuff for me. I wanted to get him a fine detail set because I've got a lot more digit dexterity than he does, and that's probably because of martial arts. Honestly, I'm real exact. um, but I wanted to get him some brushes to help him out. And then when I looked at a brush kit that I liked, I thought I'd get myself one too, mostly because I'm starting to wear out some of my good brushes. But the other thing is I'm about to start another series of painting. So I finished my Aeronautica. I paint in series. But now I'm going to start putting my Titan. I've base coated him. He's been primed and base coated, but now it's start to do the detail work, which should not be as hard because it's such a large figure. But there are still some small pieces I have to connect on him. So now I got to paint all these pieces and then figure out how they go together. We'll see. It was 3D printed. This particular one they did not make as a scale model. But then after that, I have to think what are good. I usually have 2 projects going at once. So I'm going to do my Titan, but at the same time, I've got a little Thorn Mage that he printed for me for D&D. I've got some little pirates to paint. So those will be I'm tired of looking at this Titan, go paint this. But once those are done, over the next couple weeks or so, I was like, well, what am I going to paint next? Imperialis. There's 6 Titans back there. Well, 8 technically, but when I add the 2 boxes together, I got 8 Titans to get painted. She sure does. So she needed some new brushes. So this set, and I don't know if it's a good brand or not, Amazon's gotten real good at knowing me, and it popped it up. These are called Artify. It's a 20-piece extreme detail brush set, perfect for miniatures, model, acrylic, watercolor, and craft. So this is not sponsored. This is something I bought because I wanted one for my husband, but then I was like, hey, we both paint. Why don't we both have one? Then nobody has to fight over a brush. Not that we fight anyway. Y'all, me and my husband have never had an argument. Ever. Even when we were dating. We've had some intense fellowship, but we love each other so much that we just talk it out. Like, that's how you know when it's right. When you don't want to hurt that person's feelings and you'd rather just talk to them and not holler at them. There was one time, because I'm a type A driver, just say what's on your mind kind of person. And the first time I came down here to visit him, because he'd been going to Nashville to see me. First time I came to visit him, I forget what we were talking about, but I made a joke and I thought it was funny. He didn't react that way. But on the way to wherever we were going, we had some pause time. I said, honey, I feel like I may have said something that did not sit well with you. Let's talk about it. And we did. And that was the first time we ever had I guess you could call it any kind of friction in the 6 months we had been dating at that point. And that told me who he was going to be in my life because I cared about his feelings. Because let me tell you who does not care about people's feelings. If I love you, I care about your feelings. But the rest of the world, I work in sales, okay? I teach sales professionals and VPs and executives. Like, sometimes you just got to take your feelings and go with them because there's work to get done. But when you actually care how what you say and do affects somebody else, and you want to make sure that it's right and good, you've probably found your person. That was my biggest clue. I was like, oh, I must love him because I don't do that. Anywho, but he's always doing really sweet stuff for me. Like, out of the plants on my desk, 2 of them of my desk garden, 2 of them he bought me, 2 of them my mom bought me, and 1 my Taekwondo group bought me. So he's always doing little things like that for me. And I cook and clean. I'm a real good wife. But it's hard for me to find stuff that, like, he wants. Like, for Christmas last year, I got him his 3D printer. You only buy a 3D printer once. So I'm just, like, at a loss. But the detail brushery, that's a big deal for both of us. So let's open this up. It's not the most interesting of boxes, but... oh, this is cool. Look at this little carry case the brushes come in. I thought looking at the picture online, oh, it even says Artify on it. Oh, this is cute. It looks like a little book with a handle. I can slide this into my backpack perfectly. I have a little backpack I keep my painting stuff in when I go painting. That is cute. Okay, Artify branding. Yes. This is a win. Oh, he's gonna love this because he likes books and stuff as much as I do. And at the time of recording this, me and my husband had just gone to see Deadpool, and there I put up a picture of us sitting in the theater together, waiting for the movie to start, and everybody just thought it was the cutest thing, and I appreciate that because me and my husband, well, we do actually love each other. There are couples out here who enjoy one another's company and get along very well, and we are a couple like that. We have a lot of good times. And somebody commented when they saw that his hair was white that they thought that I was in my early 30s, and how it's like I'm not trying to be rude, and no honey, you weren't rude. It's fine because you all you can see is what you see. My husband's hair turned white when he was like in his late 20s, so it was white when I met him. And apparently his dad, the same thing. The hair went white super early in life. I keep telling my stepson, I'm like, on his mom's side, male pattern baldness isn't a thing. I was like, but you gon' have white hair, so just be prepared for that. But it looks cool because when Christmas time comes around, he dresses as Santa everywhere he goes and hands out candy canes to all the gasping children, and I get to wear Mrs. Claus dress every day. It's a good time. I mean, I'm always changing my hair color. I'm a little jealous. I wish my hair was silver and I could dye it whatever color I wanted all the time. But alas, weave is my friend. Um, this is a look at these brushes. Holy cow! When they said this was a detail set, they meant it. Oh, this is beautiful. So what kind of stuff would I paint with this? So most recently I had a paint party night where we did King Kong and Godzilla, and this is the Godzilla I did that night. I know he's badass, right? And pink Godzilla is canon now. Did you not see the last movie when he went electric pink? Pink Godzilla is canon. But there are details on here that if I had these brushes, like with his eyes, I basically put a wash in his eyes, and avoided painting the teeth to keep them the right color. But if I had a brush like this, maybe I could have done his eyes like electric green or electric blue or something. And then I had to do washes to get like his chest right. And I mean, I did a pretty good job, especially for the amount of time, because I painted two figures in a couple of hours. 2.5 really, because I ate pizza. They make the best cauliflower crust pizza, and she can't eat gluten. I know your life's gotten real sad when you have to say goodbye to beer and bread. It's just the worst day ever. And they say it's not even the gluten, that it's like the way we process it now. And some of us, as we get older, kind of like with milk. Like, I'm not lactose intolerant. I can have all the milk I want, but most adults are lactose intolerant because we lose the enzyme necessary to digest cow's milk dairy. Like, we don't have to have it. And once you don't need milk anymore, it goes away. And that's where lactose intolerance comes from. But they're saying that, like, a lot of the gluten, I don't have celiac. It's literally an intolerance. But the place we go to paint has just the best little cauliflower crust pizza. It is so yummy. It's the only pizza I can have, and every time we're there, I have it. But yeah, like Kong here as well. I know y'all just love these little, like, see his teeth and his eyes. Like, his eyes, I had to do the wash thing as well. And to get the detail in his fur and on his chest. Like, I feel like I detailed his fur really well for the amount of time that I had. Like, you see that little red pop of highlight? There's some other little details I would have added. Figures like this, when they're done, I call them done because these are challenges to me because the shop prints them. And then I'm trying to learn new techniques. I'm doing it on figures that aren't for my games. But these would have been figures I would have liked to have itsy brushes to try some things on. Like, look, even like down here in his stand, you see that? Like, there's this little scenery bits in there that I did washes and dry brushes on because I didn't have brushes small enough to really paint those windows the way I wanted to. So that's what these kinds of brushes do. Do I have anything else on my desk that's an example? Let me see here. It's quiet in the house today. Both the husband and the son are at work, and I work from home, so... Oh, this guy's a good example. Come here. My little tree god guy, he'd have been a good one because again, this was the first time I really tried using a bunch of washes, and this was printed for Paint Party, and this was the first time that I like made a bunch of washes to see what I could do. But like his little thorns and stuff, I would have liked to get better highlights on. Some of the vines I would have liked to do, but I painted him in about 90 minutes. And again, for 90 minutes, I think I did a good daggum job, honestly. but a brush makes a difference to get into these little bitty spaces. So I know I did a video just talking through all of my materials for when I go out and paint. I'm going to show y'all our at home paint setup. Eventually I'll have to clean up my husband's side just a little, because we're not the same when it comes to that. We both love it, but we have different organizational practices, so to speak. But this, I love it. I love something like this because it's already got its own organization, and they did it in a way that it's already decently compact. So this fits in well in what I'm already using to carry my stuff, and it even has its own little handle. Artify, I might have to look some up. This is cute. This hits all of my like happy cute buttons. And I the other thing I love is it appears to be magnetic. So when you close it, yeah, the clasp are magnetic, so it finds itself and stays closed. And these handles, let me pull one out. The handles are wood. Yeah, I chewed on it to see. The handles are wood. I've got brushes with plastic handles. Most paint handles are wood. This is a nice shape because you can really, it's almost the shape of like what are those, the number 2 pencils we all used in school? So it's that comfortable hand shape. Oh, that's a good brush. You'll notice that if you paint for a long time, you might get cramps here, and of course here. Stiff necks, man. It's just a sacrifice you have to make to paint. But if you can find equipment that has a good grip feel to it, it enables you to be able to paint longer and in more detail. And then of course, my magnifying goggles, I wear those when we go out and paint. I have the whole lamp at home, so I don't need the glasses at home. But when we go out, I use my magnifying goggles, and they have a light, and the light always points where I'm looking, even if I'm not using the goggle portion. So those are real handy to have. But this, what a great accidental find. Amazon, y'all, we are lucky that all Jeff Bezos wants to do is sell us stuff. Do you know how crazy that algorithm must be to make such a specific yet correct recommendation? My God, today. Good job, Amazon. This is definitely a win. You will see me in this outfit twice. I'm going to do one more little recording today of something dumb that I bought. I can't help myself. I like cute stuff. And my husband tolerates my foolishness. In fact, he celebrates it. And I celebrate his. When I went to the door to get the mail, there was an Amazon package on the ground, and the mailman was handing me something that was from the Royal Mail that my husband ordered Drop Zone for us. We'll get into Drop Zone later. So yeah, because we needed a whole other game. We just needed another tabletop game. We're doing construction on our home right now. My husband's detached garage is being built, and then my kitchen is going to get remodeled once we do a few things. But we built a suite on the back of it that will in the future be a guest room when the kids come home to visit. But the college-age son who's going to college locally, he'll live there. I wait till I decorate this room. Y'all, there will be disc plates, there will be Naruto orange, there will be shelves for Gundams. His room's going to be amazing. It's going to be the room I always wanted when I was 20. He's so excited. And I'm going to do my husband's office, but his old bedroom, which is right next to me, is going to be our new in-house game room. So I'm going to decorate it as well. I got content for years. And this isn't even me just doing stuff for the sake of content on the channel. This is just our lives. We were doing it anyway. But I'm going to do my husband's office in like a D&D and orc kind of thing because he loves the orcs. And I'm going to do our game room and kind of a Lord of the Ringsy type thing. We're going to have a big gaming table and a place to keep our scenery under it, like the professional gaming setups at the stores and stuff. But it's going to be good. If I look and sound happy, it's because I am. And that's what I always give a little bit of nerdy love advice in every, because I'm very much pro nerd love. We are pro nerd. Everyone's a nerd about something. There's a reason that football players date cheerleaders, all right? We're all a nerd about something. And the key is to find your matching nerd. There's a matching nerd for everyone. I mean, most people, the purple hair should be a giveaway. Y'all should see the next hair color she's getting. I'm gonna take a break from the braids for probably 2 or 3 weeks before I get my next braids. But the next color, oh God, what the mermaid. But looking at the hair, you can tell that there's some kind of this going on, but nobody knows to what extent until they come over. Like when me and my husband first started dating, you know, uh, everyone has their friend groups, and friends have serve a very important purpose. They kind of weed out the crazies when you're dating. And so my friend's very protective, his friend's also protective. Like, but when you look at me, just especially if I'm all corporated up, I don't, for lack of terming, look like a nerd. What does a nerd look like? Because you're all a nerd about something. Could be football, could be cars, could be fishing. Don't care. You're still a nerd. But they're like, do these two people really go together? And then it was so funny. After I had moved up here, I moved down here a couple of months before our wedding and got my office and stuff set up because I work from home if I'm not on the road. One of his friends came over and he showed him my office and he looked around and went, "Oh yeah, y'all belong together." I was like, because I'm what you call a normal passing nerd. So the stereotypes don't usually apply to me in a public setting. I'm not an introverted at all. I'm an extrovert's extrovert. Like, I'm the extrovert that adopts introverts and turns them into mini extroverts and gives them friends. Never met a stranger in my life. I don't believe in strangers. Strangers are just friends you haven't met. That's how I think. But it's all about finding your matching nerd, and he supports all this. Like I've told y'all, I bought this one for myself. And my husband, the year we were dating, he bought me that for my birthday. Bought me Metroplex. So, and also the first year we were dating, he asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I didn't even know he bought that, actually. I have no idea what got in it because y'all know how much he costs. He ain't cheap. But the first year we were dating, he asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I wanted a Black Panther Funko Pop because I really like the Black Panther series for many reasons. Mostly because Chadwick Boseman is amazing, and we stand our queen, Angela Bassett. We sure do. I asked him, yeah, just give me a Black Panther Funko Pop. He did not clarify as to which one I wanted. There was a particular one, and he did get that one, along with, this just sits near my desk, every version of a Black Panther Funko Pop there was. I have like 14 Black Panther different Funkos now. And when the most recent movie came out last year, he got me, no, not the movie, it was when the What If series came out. Before I watched the What If series, he bought me over there in the Funkos, every version of Queen Ramonda there is, including General Queen Ramonda, who shows up in the What If series. He's that kind of man. And yesterday, she made banana bread and hamburgers, and it's even. Today, I'm going to be making them pulled pork for dinner. So, it's called balance, y'all. Because I'll keep your laundry clean. No problem. He's out here buying me Metroplexes. Fair trade. No, it's because we love each other. And that's just what people who love each other do. Your nerdy matches out there. They are. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Your nerdy matches out there. Don't settle. This is supposed to just be about these, but hey, can't help myself. She rambles and she has no self-control. So, anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.